you mentioned something about protecting legacies. Like, could you kind of share the point when you think of mutual comradeship, like protecting the legacies of people who contribute obviously to the Black radical tradition or traditions of Blackness?
Legacy maintenance is really important. And again, like this is like coming from the people that I study. And I will say, a part of what I write about is that like it's generally women who are or non-men who are at the helm of legacy maintenance. And this has a number of factors. So for example, when I think about like Shirley Graham Du Bois and all that she did for like W.B. Du Bois, or like Dorothy Hunton and writing a biography of her husband, oftentimes this can be like that the women outlive the men. But it also, I think that there's just also something about they're just, I don't want to attribute any sort of whatever metaphysical things to this, but in the people that I study, it is mostly women who do this type of legacy maintenance. But I will say, so one of the ways I talk about like legacy maintenance in my book is in the petition We Charge Genocide. Part of what they did was cite two previous petitions that had been filed before the United Nations, because both of those petitions were buried by the US delegation. So they didn't necessarily get like the reach and the audience that they deserved. And so part of what We Charge Genocide did was take up those arguments, that meticulous research, those that defense of Black life that was inaugurated in those two petitions. And they cited those petitions, and they even worked with some of the people who worked on those earlier petitions, because they understood that this codification of Black rights as human rights was important. And so they could have completely ignored that and did their own thing. Like the Civil Rights Congress could have completely ignored those previous two petitions, one from the NAACP, one from the National Negro Congress. But what they did was lift this up, like, these things already happened, right? So these petitions were already filed, and these matter to us. Like, not only did some of our best and brightest thinkers put their mind to this, but like this matters to understanding like what's happening to Black people. And so that's just one example of legacy maintenance, but it's important because of the way that the state will distort, erase, obscure, and malign our people, especially if they're Black radicals. And so it's important for us to tell the truth about these people, but also, to the extent that we're going to have monuments and holidays and this type of thing, it's up to us to create that. So it's up to us to sort of lift up the legacy of like a George Jackson, for example. It's up to us to celebrate Black August. Like, that's all about legacy maintenance. It's up to us